and we're surrounded by a couple of buildings that are giving us some pretty strong cover. But you can see the wind just sort of sends that rain surging in every single direction. A lot powerful forces that we're experiencing out here right now. A couple of people out there came out of that government building to try and have a look at what's going on out here. Of all of it, really loud gusts of wind and just such a strong force of the rain coming at you really from every single direction. It takes some real effort out here to try and stand on your feet because you really are getting blown all over the place. And you can see there it goes again. There's another gust of wind, and they just sort of seem to ramp up every 30 seconds or so, every 15 seconds or so. Again, we're able to stay safe out here, even though we're in these adverse conditions. We've got a few buildings sort of around here that are giving us some cover, but you got to watch out for flying debris. Again, that's why we're wearing the safety goggles. We're going to continue to give you updates from here. One other important note, Pinellas County EMS and police and fire, a lot of those rescue crews are off the roads right now. They too are seeking shelter, so keep that in mind. The 911 response will not be the same as normal. And there comes another massive gust of wind. We're going to try to hang on. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Simon, stay safe out there. What's cool about those goggles is that he could use them for Halloween in a couple weeks too.
Something. And, you know, actually, this is something that when you're talking about hurricane coverage, reporters have been wearing those now for probably the last year or two. Something that you didn't used to see before. But trust me, you need them out there. It's actually a safety thing.
I mean, and truly, when we saw even Michael Paluska down in Charlotte County, he couldn't even open his eyes because the wind and the rain was just so harsh. So I'm teasing Simon, but I mean, really, you got to protect yourself, especially when you're in literally hurricane force winds out there.
Yeah.
I want to go to Dennis for a second and just find out what the latest is as far as who's getting the strongest. Is it still Polk County?
No, it isn't. I'm texting my neighbor to see if my house is still okay.
Not a bad idea.
Well, I've got just a lot of trees. And when I was talking to when we were talking to that girl in Polk County, and she said she left because of all the big trees around her house. And I think a lot of folks did, because there was that fear, maybe not that your house was going to be destroyed by the hurricane, but that a big tree would fall down while somebody was there, you know, while your kids were in their room, because you just never know. And to me, that was my biggest fear. I also just got a text from Duke Energy saying that my power is out too, because there's an app that you can have them let you know when the power goes out and when it doesn't. And as we said, there's close to 900,000 people without power. In terms of the heaviest wind right now, a lot of it is over the bay itself. I'm looking at this. It extends pretty much from the bay northeast through Tampa into Temple Terrace, and then northwest across Pinellas County. And I'm going to show you something. Go ahead and keep it on this shot, because look at how the rain has ended for most of Manatee County and most of Sarasota County. And the heaviest rain is Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus, right? That's for the time being. But look out in the Gulf and see there's rain bands that are out there. And while they're winding down, as this storm continues to move north, I think those additional bands will kind of re-energize, just like they are in Fort Myers, and there'll be some more rain. So I do still think there's going to be a second wave, but nothing close to what we've had so far. So you can say most of the measurable rain is over, but look at these wind gusts. This is current wind gusts. Bartow, 76 miles an hour. So Bartow is getting hurricane force wind gusts right now, or at least the last report. I take that back. This is when the OBS came out. There'll be another one coming out in about 2 minutes. Tampa, 51 mile an hour wind gusts.